Fox Business Alert, the age-old PDF document is getting a facelift. Digital media software giant Adobe introduced Acrobat Studio today. It's a new platform that combines the company's PDF app with content creation services and AI assistance to make digital documents more interactive. In other words, take them from static to dynamic. Will it be enough to generate interest in the stock, which, while up about 0.2% today, has fallen something like 19% year to date? Joining me now in a Fox Business exclusive is Adobe Digital Media Business President David Wadhwani. David, why do I want to interact with my documents? I want you to explain what that means and why people need it.
Yeah, thank you for having me on the show, Liz. Always enjoy the conversations. Yeah, PDF, you said it. PDF is a household name. There are over 3 trillion PDFs in the world. We introduced PDF in 1993. And this is the first major update to PDFs, taking it from a static document that you read from the top to the bottom into an information repository. You can now create a knowledge hub of lots of documents, multiple documents in a single place, where you can then use an AI assistant to have a conversation with that set of documents. So you get to insights much more quickly. You can actually ask it to help create or structure new content you want to create, like write me an email based on this or create a presentation based on this. So it takes it from the static document you interact with to a really rich experience where you can ask questions and help create whatever you want to create out of it.
Can it get ideas? Can it give people more sort of granularity and context? And how does that work? You go directly onto the document. For those of you who don't know, PDF stands for Portable Document Format, but it's been around since the 90s. So tell us exactly how people can actually interact when it comes to ideas coming from this AI agent.
Absolutely. So we introduced today something called Acrobat Studio. Acrobat Studio is all the tools that people know for creating and editing PDFs, signing documents, those things. But we introduced 2 big new capabilities in it. The first is something we call PDF Spaces. And the second is we've taken Adobe Express for visual content creation and integrated both of those into a product called Acrobat Studio. What people can do is they can create a PDF space, put in any documents that they want into that space, and an AI assistant effectively learns and reads all those documents for you, and then you can have conversations with that AI assistant to answer questions about it. You can even ask the AI assistant to play different roles. The AI assistant can play the role of an instructor, it can play the role of an entertainer, it can play the role of a research analyst, and then based on the questions you ask and the role assigned, it gets you to the insight in those documents much more quickly. But taking that further, what we're seeing people do that are using it is then say, great, now that I've understood these documents, synthesize it into an idea or synthesize it into a new concept that I can use when I'm writing an email. So it makes the whole thing an experience where you're working with an expert that understands the content and what you might want to do with it.
David, obviously, AI has now been interwoven in any company worth their salt. Everybody's got to use it to improve productivity, even if they're not tech stocks. So this I find really interesting. And again, there's something like 3 trillion PDFs floating out there on any given day. I mean, I just created 3 or 4 of them earlier today. But when you look at exactly how Adobe, a software company, fits into all of this, you just had the researcher Ben Melius put out a note saying that AI is eating software. And listen, I disagree, but I have seen on other business networks, in fact, just a few minutes ago, that they say, oh, well, Palantir is falling because AI is going to destroy software. Make your case against that.
Yeah, I think with the core question that you have to ask is, what is AI going to do to solve an explicit problem? And one of the things at Adobe that we've been very focused on is audiences and these audience groups. So for us, we focus on business users, business professionals and consumers, creative professionals and creators, and marketing professionals. And what we're able to do that's unique to what Adobe does is to take all these capabilities of AI and not present it in some generic fashion, we actually do it in a way that is purpose fit to the use cases and the things that individuals need, which is, again, why we're so excited about the introduction of PDF Spaces and Acrobat Studio, because what that does is it really brings it to the needs of an individual business professional who's dealing with a massive amount of information overload. We all know how bad the information overload is, and then also synthesizing that context into something interesting is also a huge cognitive lift. And so by taking these capabilities that are general purpose AI and bringing it to these audience-focused areas that we focus on and have deep expertise in, we have a long-term differentiation and a durable opportunity ahead of us.
And stuff's not free. Good stuff is not free. Let's talk about the price. Today, people can download it in English for free for 14 days, and then the subscription price kicks in. I believe it's about $24.99 early access a month for individuals, $29.99 for teams. Is this going to meaningfully add to the bottom line to entice investors? Because the stock has been foundering here for about a year, a couple of years actually, but down 36% over the past year. So what can you say that will excite investors and our audience that looks to buy the next big thing?
Yeah, if I look at the Acrobat business and what we're doing for business professionals and consumers, it has been on a tear. That business is nearing $7 billion. It's been growing in the mid-teens. We're very excited about that opportunity. We think that that opportunity to not just do what we're doing with PDF, but taking Adobe Express, which is an easy-to-use application for creating any type of visual content, integrating that into Acrobat, reaching the over 700 million monthly active users that use that product every single month, and being able to sort of give them all this power. And then introducing these higher price point offers like Acrobat Studio, I think is a recipe for broadening the number of users and increasing the value we're providing them and increasing the revenue to Adobe.
Well, yeah, I mean, everybody uses Adobe at some point in their work week, so we'll be continuing to watch this. David, good to see you, and thanks for coming on to talk about it.
Pleasure as always, Liz.